talk a lot about Tupac Shakur.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the relationship
I
with
do.
Tupac. How did you guys meet? What was the beginning of that relationship like?
We met in high school, right?
Okay.
In the 10th grade. And, you know, he immediately, we had, you know, an instant connection.
Were you ever jealous of the love Jada had for Tupac?
Oh,
I thought you were
oh
gonna say
my
no.
God, that dude. Let me, and you know, and that was in the early days.
Yeah.
Hold on to your hats, folks, because the Smith family is in the spotlight again. And this time, it's all about some big revelations. You see, Jada Pinkett Smith, the talented actress and wife of Will Smith, has been on a bit of a campaign. Lately, she's been talking a whole lot about her relationship with the legendary Tupac Shakur. And what's she been saying, you might ask? Well, she's been going on about how Tupac was head over heels in love with her, and how he even proposed to her at some point. Sounds like quite the love story, doesn't it? But here's where it gets really interesting. Jada's own son, Jaden Smith, who's known for his candidness and straight talk, recently decided to set the record straight. And boy, did he drop a bombshell. He basically called out his mom for, well, not being entirely truthful about the whole Tupac situation. It's like a family feud, celebrity style. Now you might be wondering, what exactly did Jada say about her relationship with Tupac? And what did Jaden have to say about it? Hold on to your seat, because we're about to unravel all the jaw-dropping details in this roller coaster of a story. Stick around till the end, because you won't want to miss a single twist and turn in this family saga.
There are so many surprising things in the book, but the thing that surprised me the most, that I actually had to reread it because I said, is this true?
Right.
Was that in 2016, you and Will decided that you were going to live completely separate lives.
Yes.
It was not a divorce on paper,
Right.
but it was a divorce.
Okay, so here's the lowdown on the whole Jada Pinkett Smith saga. You see, Jada's been under the internet's microscope lately for her treatment of Will and her never-ending obsession with Tupac. But it's not just the online world that's giving her a hard time, her own family especially. Her son Jaden has some serious beef with her. Now Jaden is no stranger to being a nonconformist and a bit of a rebel. But he's always had a soft spot for his mom. He even wanted to be emancipated from his parents when he was a teenager, which shows that he's got a strong will of his own. He's also shown support for his parents when they needed it, like when Will slapped Chris Rock at the Oscars. Jaden tweeted his support for his dad during that crazy moment. But if Jaden's not backing his mom, then it's a serious deal. Turns out, Jaden thought it was all chill at first and tried to ignore the whole Tupac situation. But he's had enough, because Jada seems dead set on embarrassing Will in every possible way. What's even crazier is that Jada hasn't been telling the truth about everything she's been saying regarding Tupac. According to Jaden is convinced that Jada has taken things way too far. It's like she's on a mission to humiliate Will, and it's just not cool. But here's the twist: Jada never kept her love for Tupac a secret from her kids. She'd go on and on about how Tupac was the most perfect man she ever knew. And it left Jaden thinking that maybe there wasn't much room in her heart for Will. It's like he had to compete with a ghost, and Jada made it crystal clear that her connection with Tupac was something extraordinary. But here's the real kicker. It's not like Jada just started raving about Tupac. No, she's been at it for a while. Willow, Jaden's sibling, wrote a letter to Tupac when she was just 11, begging him to come back and make Jada happy. Now, that's weird, right? Because Tupac had been long gone before Willow, and even Jaden came into this world. So how on earth did they know about this Tupac magic love stuff? Well, it's probably because Jada couldn't stop talking about it. Fast forward to today, and things have gone from weird to just downright disrespectful. Will is the one who's getting disrespected here. It's become clear that Jada's got some mixed feelings about Will, and her recent confessions about her Tupac connection have fans piecing together the whole puzzle. Let's rewind the clock to the days when Tupac was still around. Back then, he and Jada were like two peas in a pod. They both attended the Baltimore School for the Arts and ended up in the same class. That's where their friendship blossomed, and they were practically inseparable. Even as they journeyed to Hollywood and found fame, their bond remained as strong as ever. Now here's where the plot thickens. People couldn't help but wonder, About the nature of their relationship, some folks speculated that there might have been some hush-hush romantic stuff going on. If you catch my drift, however, both Jada and Tupac vehemently denied any romantic involvement and insisted that they were just friends, but not many bought into that story, especially given what we know now. Fast forward a bit, and Jada started dating Will Smith. Things got pretty serious between them, and Will was head over heels for Jada. But there was just one hiccup. In their relationship, Will's jealousy. He couldn't shake the feeling of insecurity when it came to Jada's friendship with Tupac. Tupac was undeniably one of the biggest rappers of that era, and he was incredibly close to Jada. You can understand why it would make Will feel a bit uneasy. Even after Tupac's passing, Jada held his memory close to her heart, and Will couldn't help but be jealous of their friendship. He openly spoke about his jealousy in interviews, even though Tupac had long departed from this world. The whole situation was a roller coaster of emotions, and Will's feelings were laid bare for all to see. Were you ever jealous of the love Jay had for Tupac? Oh my God, that dude and you cut. Now, and that was in the early days. Yeah, it turns out that the feelings Will Smith had about Tupac were fueled by Jada herself. Jaden spilled the beans that Jada often kept talking about Tupac in family discussion, emphasizing how much he meant to her. But when it came to Will, didn't show him the same level of affection. They might have appeared united in front of the cameras. But Jaden revealed that Will often felt emasculated by Jada's obsession with Tupac. This issue hasn't escaped the notice of fans either in recent years. Jada hardly talks about Will in a positive light, giving off vibes that she might not be too interested in her marriage anymore. She hasn't tried to hide this fact either. At one point, she openly admitted that she didn't want to marry Will in the first place. According to her, the only reason they got married was because Jaden was on the way, and she felt pressured into it by her mama.
Were you ever jealous of the love Jada had for Tupac?
Oh.
I thought you were gonna
Oh
say
my
no.
God, that dude. And and that was in the early days.
There were also instances when Will spent 3 years planning a grand 40th birthday party for Jada to help her get out of her depressive slump. However, Jay didn't see it that way and accused Will of flaunting his ego, which hurt his feelings. Jada even made public statements suggesting that Will didn't satisfy her in the bedroom. But it gets even more complicated. Jaden claims that Jada used Tupac as a weapon during heated arguments to make Will feel small and jealous. Word on the street is that she would bring up Tupac, saying that he would never have acted in certain ways that Will did. Jaden believes that Jada knew how sensitive Will was about Tupac and deliberately brought him up to get a rise out of Will. It's like adding extra spice to an already spicy situation. Jaden's claims seem to be more than just an attempt to make his mom look bad. Jada has been on a media tour to promote her upcoming memoir, Worthy, and she has been talking a lot about her relationship with Tupac. She has portrayed it in a positive light, even referring to Tupac as her soulmate and claiming he proposed to her while he was in jail.
And I was so upset that I had to have a wedding. I
Yeah.
was so pissed.
We
went crying down the freaking aisle.
getting married.
Getting
Yeah.
married. Cried the whole way.
However, some fans have pointed out inconsistencies in her story, suggesting that she might be exaggerating. For example, she said Tupac proposed while he was at Riker, but the timelines don't add up, and a TikTok user even pointed out that he was transferred from Rikers to another facility within a month. This has led to doubts about Jada's claims.
So when he asked me to get married, he was at Rikers.
Jaden believes that his mom Jada might have exaggerated how much Tupac was interested in her. He thinks she read too much into their connection and assumed Tupac wanted her more than he did. This might explain why she made up the story about Tupac proposing to her. Some fans are convinced that she's not telling the truth and that she's obsessed with Tupac, even though he can't confirm he felt the same way about her, that they think she's twisting the story to fit her narrative. One person even posted, saying Jada Smith is mad annoying. She can't let go of Tupac and still hasn't and won't stop talking about Tupac, even when he's 5T under. And now she won't stop embarrassing Will Smith everywhere. Like homegirl just wants attention, at this point in all seriousness, something seems off about Jada's behavior, and it looks like Jaden might be calling her out on it. What are your thoughts on this? Do you think Jada lied about Tupac? Wanting to marry her, will Jaden continue to expose his mom? Share your opinions in the comments below. And while we wait for more updates, be sure to watch the next video because I'll be unveiling some of the hottest gossip in Tinseltown that you haven't heard before.